The next tricky one that comes up is pay to the order of. So we can see on this official screen. We still have the original right over here. Oops, there's my mouse. Um, we just have pay to the order of, which seems to span our left column and our middle column, and then we have this one over on the right. Now, this one on the right, we can do. It's exactly what we did up here, but let's talk about this one. How do we get this one to span? Now, if you're sitting there saying, "Yeah, you got to tell me how to do this," yeah, I will. That obviously that's the standard mechanism in classes, but you could always go to tutorials. You can sit through the whole tutorial to learn how to do this bit by bit and hope that they show you exactly what you want to do, or you can start building something and Google it when it comes up. So you might pause this video, take a shot at it, but you don't have to. I mean, I definitely want to show you these pieces here for now. But get used to that idea of looking stuff up. So here, so we have the date frame. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing. Now, if I run it, it's going to be kind of messy. But this date now, well, I'm going to change this to be date to, well, this is the payee, the person I'm paying. So I'm going to take date frame and I'm going to change this to payee everywhere I see date frame. Make payee frame right here. And then this is going to be the payee layer, the label, and this will be the payee label, and this will be the payee input, and this will be the payee input, right? So, oops, I still have a D over here. And I think if I got rid of all my dates, here, I'm going to actually show you something here. I run it, and I end up with an error. Line 44. I didn't turn my line numbers on. Line 44. Oh. Right there. Line 43 right there. Yeah. So actually what's happening is I'm putting another one right on the top of the one that was there before. I can show you how that happens by, let's see, what's this? You should say pay to the order of. And if I run this again, see, I plop this one right on top of the other one. If I place it in the same row column, it's going to just overwrite what's there. They might both be there, but just one plops over the other one. So this goes into row 2, column 0. I don't need to sticky this one to the east because by default it's to the west. And there you go, pay to the order of. Well, few things to consider here. I don't want pay to the order of to be a width of 10. I want to be able to say, hey, I can pay to people's names who's longer than 10 characters. I need to pick some number here. I'm going to just make it 80. Seems like a nice wide number right there. And I think the pack is probably still fine, and the padding is probably still fine. That makes it pretty consistent right there. Oh, 80. Well, maybe 80 is a bit big. Oh, no, wait. But no, that's not 80. Maybe not too big, but just look what happened. It pushed the whole first column, and the other two columns are over there, right? So now, oh, wow, that's interesting. So that was the problem that we talked about. Is it's going to needs to span two columns inside of there. So how do I make that happen? Well, it's not bad. When I put something in a grid, all I have to do is say row and column, and then I tell it the column span is how many columns? Well, by default it's 1, so let's make it 2. There you go. So pay to the order of label, text, and 80 characters works out. That's pretty big right there. And so this is the first column, second column. You can see it ends right up at the third column starting. And now I can go through and perfectly put in my $ and everything else, and that'll line up right here beautifully and be off and running. So this next row 3 is just a single label. It's a column span of all 3 of them, and so on and so forth. So let me let you play with that. That one, hopefully tiny bit of information. again, this is where just Googling it and running with it, that's where you can find it out much quicker than having to sit through, a whole 5-minute video or whatever to go figure out that one bit of information. But hey, you might not be ready for that. If you're watching the videos and that's working for you, you keep doing that. I'm guessing that as you get better and better and you just want specific information, that other approach of just finding it real quick might work better for you. But right now, that might be really hard. You don't know what to look at. You see this slash dot results and there's pages and pages. What's the right answer? They actually give wrong answers inside of there sometimes too. So hopefully this is working, but keep working, keep building out this display. We're going to take a look at something entirely different next time. This is the rest of the display. I'm going to basically leave it for you to work out, except for maybe the button. We'll come back to that one. But at this point, you should have enough information to fill out every one of the other fields, the labels, the inputs, except for that button, and we'll come back to that one here in a little bit.